Welcome back to the 16th episode of the Post Up Podcast. Nothing matters of what happened last week because Ben Simmons made a 3-pointer in a game, in a real game.
Finally.
We ain't playing the Chinese anymore. This is a real game.
I saw a tweet, Ben Simmons is still yet to make one against an actual NBA team, but...
Who did you play?
New York.
Yes, fair enough. No, yeah.
So he still has.
Yeah.
But
does it count?
I don't know.
Are New York still in the league?
Barely.
Do they still have a team?
Barely. But he made it.
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of wide open.
It was contested by Mitchell Robinson, who's so long. So, it's a tough shot.
He kind of got the shot off by time Mitchell got a hand up, but...
But it's Ben Simmons, he's never made one. Even if it was wide open, I would still give him props for even attempting the shot.
I mean, the saddest news from the 3-point was that you missed it.
Yeah, I missed the 3-point shot because I was sleeping because I had to go to work at 5 o'clock in the morning. So
yeah.
I missed history.
Yeah, I think we were playing the Lakers at the time, and I was on Twitter and I saw it, and I just kept on tweeting Owen. If you follow us on Twitter, you would see that at post_podcast.
When I woke up, that's all I saw. Somebody wake him up. Somebody wake him up. I was like,
7 mentions.
What happened? And then I went onto the NBA app, went to look at the box score. For some reason, I just slid across just to see. Oh, let's see if he attempted one.
Why do you slide across? I slide across now since he's made one.
I just do it. Let's see if he attempted one today. And whoa,
1 for 1.
Straight onto Twitter. What's happened? Then it quickly set in. I was very sad that I missed it.
Yeah, but what did you feel when you first saw it?
Euphoria. I couldn't believe it. It was like, I don't know. I was just bamboozled. Like, did this actually happen? It did happen.
It did happen.
It did happen.
Sadly, he couldn't go 2 for 2.
Yeah. Do I count this as an actual 3-point attempt?
Yes.
It was a 40-foot fadeaway shot.
But if he made it, it was the game winner. Or game tire. Game tire.
But we had 7 seconds left on the shot clock against the Raptors, down by 3. Ben could have caught the ball. He's a good passer. He could have passed the ball. But he took a fadeaway.
But the ball bounced. He saw it in the headlights. They rose. He caught it. He thought 360 fadeaway is exactly what I need to do. And I mean,
it wasn't the right choice.
No, it wasn't a great shot. It was easily caught into the rim, and then Siakam went and dunked at the other end just to rub the salt in.
And we lost.
Yeah, I mean,
deservedly so.
I mean, from the highs of Ben Simmons making a 3 to Joel Embiid being 0 for 13, was it?
11.
11?
Yeah,
0 for 11
yeah.
Against Toronto. What was going on there?
You got to look at the positives.
Are there many positives in losing to Toronto and Embiid
Literally,
not making a
we
single shot?
were down by 3 points with 7 seconds left, and Embiid scored 0 points. Imagine if he scored 10 points, we'd have won. We'd have won.
I mean, technically, yeah, but it's still pretty bad. You commonly say that Al Horford's the only player in the league that can defend
no, you can't
Embiid.
disrespect Gasol.
I mean, Marc Gasol can very obviously also defend Embiid.
Yeah, I think he's proven that.
I mean, he's done a better job than Al Horford has ever done.
Yeah,
against
I
Embiid.
Guess. Unfortunately.
Yeah.
At least didn't happen in the playoffs.
Yeah, the positives that happened,
in
14
in a
games in.
game.
Yeah.
So, Embiid will learn from this. I just hope he doesn't
You'd hope so. He doesn't go in every game with Toronto he's thinking, well, I'll just play my normal game, just I'll tease him up again.
I hope he doesn't get PTSD from Toronto, because obviously the last game he played 0 points, the one before that he got knocked out of the playoffs. So let's hope he doesn't get PTSD.
Yeah, that'd be bad. But from the highs and lows of Simmons making 3-pointers to Embiid being pretty poor, how has the week been as a Philly fan?
Well, it's been good. Our offense is finally clicking. You start with a win against New York. It was a close game, but we won.
That's embarrassing.
But I think not many people really realise how close it was, because we were all too caught up in the fact that Ben hit a 3-point shot.
You were really lucky. If Ben never made the shot, you would be like, wow, you beat them by 5?
Yeah.
Wow. But yeah, the 3 is a bigger result than the actual result.
Yeah, definitely. And then against the Spurs, an easy win. Spurs.
That's expected. Spurs have been pretty poor this season.
I think 9 in a row they've lost now. So Tobias came out with a big 26 points.
Finally.
He's had a good stretch of games.
I mean, often I'll either wake up to messages of you really aggressively hating Tobias Harris, but that night not so much.
With
We're
him,
very happy.
He's either amazing or he's awful. There's no in between with him. Against the Heat, What a win. What a win.
I mean, the massive win as well, but it was more of an incentive against Jimmy Buckets.
Yeah. I was convinced Jimmy was going to drop a 35 against us and hit a game winner. So when he got locked up by Simmons and Richardson, and we won by too many points to count, really. I'm not good at math. So,
I'm not counting.
Yeah, I'll take 2 not to count. But to win by that much is impressive. Jay Rich dropping 32 points in his first game back against his old team.
Yeah, well, if somebody wants to do the maths, it was 113 to 86 win. If somebody wants to count that, feel free. We're not going to do it. We're not smart enough.
Yeah.
And then finish the week with that game.
Unexpected loss away to the Raptors.
Yeah, who were in great form, winning 4 in a row.
A good team. I just hope we don't play them in the playoffs again.
No, yeah, you probably want to avoid that. You might not even make the playoffs at this rate. Well, no, a team that probably won't make the playoffs. My team, OKC. Just a normal week, really. Played the Lakers twice, lost to the Lakers twice, but it was close. It was very close. 107, 112 defeat, and 130, 127 defeat, which I watched the first half and then turned it off because Caldwell Pope was 80% from 3-point. I'm not taking it. I'm not watching a game where Caldwell Pope... I'm not doing it. It's like, watching a game where if it's not even going to happen in 2K, I'm not watching. Like Caldwell Pope, no. They were shooting 60% from 3-point at one point in the second quarter,
Jesus.
And that's when I turned it off.
So how did Terrence Ferguson do guarding LeBron? How did he do?
Should we have a look at his plus minus? So the first game against the Lakers, Terrence Ferguson put up 3 points in 30 minutes.
Nice.
But the plus minus was minus 12. Ooh. LeBron put up 25, 11 and 10. But then the second game, we lost by even more points to be fair. But LeBron was 23, 6 and 14. Terrence Ferguson was 11, 2 and 3. And his plus minus was minus 8. So a lot better in the second game. But no, I mean, you don't expect... I tweeted out that LeBron could easily drop 50 on us just because he's like... He looks about 200 pounds bigger than any of our players, even Steven Adams. But the fact that he's 50 years old... I mean, prime LeBron would have dropped 50 on us.
Yeah, probably.
But 50-year-old LeBron dropped 20 on us. So thanks, LeBron, for aging at the right time for us.
At the right time.
But no, didn't expect to beat the Lakers. I didn't expect us to get that close since they're on a 9-win streak or something mental. But Golden State came back around, and I mean, we're just going to sweep them in the season series. It's 3 or 4 wins in a row. I don't know how many times we played them. This was the closest, though. Only won because of a 26-point fourth quarter compared to their 14.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, nobody really went big for us. Like points-wise, it was pretty poor.
Do you feel like the Thunder players was like,
it's just Golden State.
It's only the Warriors.
It's only the Warriors.
And then come the fourth quarter, oh god, we're gonna have to try now.
Yeah, we need to start playing. But at least we did turn up, and we won by 3, the closest win. But a win nonetheless. Didn't even know we were playing, to be honest. I went to bed early because I had important stuff to do in university the next day. Woke up, scrolling through the NBA app in uni, and I was like, we won. And then politely tweeted a picture of a tank to Golden State because they need it more than we do definitely. Now. Last week we spoke about, what's his name? Melo finally getting a contract back. And it was probably the worst possible start for him. First game in against the Pelicans, 10 points, 28% from field goal, 5 turnovers, and a minus 20.
It's what I expected. It's exactly what I thought it would happen, to be honest, because it was like short notice. He didn't have much time to prepare.
It was like 2 days before the game he signed.
But some of the shots he took in that game were just...
Prime Melo, it looked like, didn't it?
Like, just,
OKC Melo.
Yeah, it's not good. Like, in this NBA, his style of play does not fit at all. I think that's why no team wanted to sign him until now.
But the fact that he's just come into the team and he's just a starter... Yeah. It's a bit mental to think he's been out of the league for so long. He wasn't good for the past 3 years, one at Houston, 2 at OKC. To bring him in and just start him, like, they don't need to start him since they have Lillard, McCollum and Rodney Hood. I know Lillard's been injured.
I think they like Hood off the bench as like a spark plug.
It's mental, the fact that he's getting starting minutes.
Already.
But it did get better for him. In the second game against the Bucks, he put up 18, 7 rebounds, 4 assists, 40%. So, almost doubled his field goal percentage. And 60% from 3-point. And only 3 turnovers. Still a lot. But and the plus-minus was only -1. So
improvement.
He was always getting better.
But
then the Cavs came around. And you'd think, this is the confidence booster game for you. You're playing the Cavs. I mean, they're not very good. They've won 5 games. Is a shock to everybody. So go out there and play basketball. He dropped 11 points and he was 0 for 8 from 3-point. But the plus-minus was +1, so his best performance yet.
Against the Cavs.
His best performance yet. But then it finally did get better for him. The Chicago Bulls, he led the scoring for the entire game. 25 points, 50%. And a plus-minus of +19.
Well done, Melo.
Melo's back. He's not. The next game he'll probably drop
3 for 14.
Yeah, he dropped 13 and shoot like 2 for 7 from 3-point. But no, Melo's not back. It's been a very up and very much down start to life back in the NBA for him. But it's nice to see him back.
I'm not gonna say that.
No, you're not a Melo fan. I've always been a Melo fan,
No,
so it's kind of nice to see him back. To see him. The arrogance is still there. The fact that he said there was no chance he was coming off the bench in his first game. That they were like, oh, we probably should give him bench minutes, and he came in and it was like, Melo off the bench? No, thank you. But yeah, he definitely should be coming off the bench. He's not good enough to start in the NBA anymore. But yeah, I mean, so far, 25 points, 11 points, 18 points and 10 points. I mean, it's probably what you expect, and probably what it'll be throughout. What do you think his season high will be?
25.
25. I think he might have like a good game where he gets like 28 or 30.
Maybe.
But yeah, this is a long season.
But now Lillard is back.
Yes, Lillard is back. He played the last game, got 12 points and 12 assists, and Melo led the scoring. So. Maybe that's their thing. Lillard's going to come in and just be the passer now.
Yeah, don't see that
give it to Melo. Melo's going to get all the points and they're going to win the playoffs. It's not going to happen. From one old player to another old player, but this old player has done very well. LeBron James, he broke the record. Well, he set the record for the first player to ever have a triple-double against every single team, which, I mean, everybody expected Russ to do it. No. But when he left, nobody expected Russ to do it because he was at OKC. But when he left OKC, you probably thought, he'll get a triple-double. Maybe if not if he went to Houston. If he went anywhere else but Houston, you probably thought, yeah, he'll probably get a triple-double against OKC and get the award. But LeBron probably should have done it already. It's not like he's stuck to the same team all these years.
Maybe, but his game isn't built around just getting triple-doubles.
No, but he does get a lot. He does get a lot of triple-doubles. I mean, he got one against us.
Yeah, well, he's got one against every team.
yeah. I mean, that's evident.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a nice record to have, isn't it? It shows your dominance in the league.
Yeah, and still being 35 years old now, been in the league for so long, and he's still able to perform at this level.
The GOAT.
I didn't think he'd be able to play at this level this year. Suffering with injuries last year, I thought he would start to decline, but. He's looking as good as he's looked in the last couple of years.
It definitely helped him not having the playoff run.
Yeah, and
he had the summer off.
Having a play of Anthony Davis's quality next to him.
Yeah, that does help when you can against OKC, because obviously they are a lot bigger than OKC are. What all they were doing were they would fast break, get the ball, and they were trying to throw it over everybody's head to AD, and like it was a struggle to keep that from. Stop happening when Adams doesn't run back to get AD, and then Chris Paul's there trying to climb up AD to stop him from getting the ball. But yeah, they've got an obvious plan, and it probably is pretty easy playing with AD since he'll put anything in around the rim. Funny news about LeBron. The Lakers have contacted the league due to the fact that the officials are not being fair to him. He's shooting a career low in free throws per game in 5.
Oh, well, boo-hoo. Come on, man. You're on an 8-game win streak, having the best season you've had for the last couple of years, and you're moaning.
I find it pretty funny because LeBron's often one of those players that people joke about, saying that the officials give him everything.
Yeah,
and the fact that the Lakers come out and being like, oh, he's not getting enough fouls.
watch a Sixers game. Like, if anyone should be complaining,
I'm not watching
the
a Sixers
Sixers. The refs, like, all we have to do is just blow in the year of an opponent, and we'll get called for a flagrant. Like,
I mean, that could be off-putting when you're trying to take a free throw or something. I mean,
yeah, well, Lance Stevenson.
did Lance Stevenson get a
He didn't.
technical for it? No. I mean, know the rules, refs.
Exactly,
know the
ref.
rules. But the Lakers are on a very good run. 8 wins in a row.
Yeah, I doubted him.
Top of the conference. You did doubt them.
Very much so.
Um,
I had him in the 7th seed.
I didn't. I had them in the 5th seed. I didn't doubt them as much. I mean, they're doing a lot better.
There is still time.
There is still time. If AD gets injured, will they start to crumble? If LeBron gets injured, I think an AD injury is bigger to them than a LeBron injury.
Yeah, I saw something. They were on pace for a 70-win season. That's not sustainable considering like how old LeBron is, the injury history,
And the fact that Caldwell Pope plays for them.
and the rest of the team.
Yeah.
So I don't know. They might settle around 60 wins. That's still a very good season for them.
Yeah. Good team. Another player who is... He's pretty good, isn't he? He's... Luka. He's pretty good.
Very
Scuffed
good.
LeBron. He plays like old man LeBron.
Well, he's playing better than LeBron.
I mean, yeah, he's running the NBA at the moment. Him and...
He has the league on strings.
Yeah. Mavs are flying. They have the best offense in the NBA.
Yeah.
And nobody really expected it.
No.
Out of Trae Young and Doncic, I would have expected Trae Young to kick on more than Doncic in this season.
Yeah, but look, going into the ish draft, people were saying, "Oh, Luka will never be a superstar. He'll never be an all-star because he doesn't have the athleticism." But just look at Harden. He's got no athleticism, and look what he's doing. So
Dives on every shot.
yeah, Doncic does the same. He has a step back, averaging almost 31 points per game, 10 rebounds, 10 assists. That's just mental.
I mean,
the
the new Russell Westbrook.
He has only played 16 games. Can he sustain this level of play? It's
Probably
gonna take a
not.
lot. You know, he's a bit chubby.
Yeah.
Does he have the conditioning to
Yeah, the fact
play at
that
this level?
it's the whole fact that the athleticism that we know it's not there.
But
He is performing better than his athleticism is, but can he keep it up for the whole season?
with athleticism, he's not like LeBron where he can jump high. He's not fast, but he knows how to use his body. And you could argue that's as good as being athletic. Because he knows how to use, he knows where to put certain body parts to get foul calls.
Really?
So, he's a smart player. He's a very smart player.
Kyrie's been injured, and the Nets have been pretty good. All because of one man.
Dinwiddie.
Spencer Dinwiddie. Making plays, he's drawing up the tactics, he's hitting game winners, he's putting up points that only stars could dream of. It's not that good. I've oversold him a bit there. He's just doing what every good NBA player does.
He did what he did last year, really.
Yeah. I mean, the fact that they've won 5 of their last 6 without Kyrie, without LeVert, obviously KD's still injured. Oh, I mean, still injured, he's always been injured. And the fact that he's put up 28, 20, 23, 30 and 23, he's pretty good, isn't he? I
just find it funny, as soon as Kyrie goes out, the Nets somehow gets her all together and they start winning.
It's almost like Kyrie's a bad omen.
Yeah. I think we all knew that.
Yeah, no, yeah.
And also Stephen A. Smith from ESPN.
Espen. Espen's giving their real name.
On his show, he had something to say about Kyrie. Very interesting.
What did he say?
He said, "I'm not hearing good things about Kyrie even in Brooklyn."
I mean, nobody is.
Exactly. He did mention he had concerns about his attitude and the way he is. So, did we expect this? Of course.
Yes.
Of course. I'm pretty sure we both mentioned it on the podcast before the season
Multiple times.
Yep. The fact that they have to stick with Kyrie for another 5 seasons on a lot of money, I kind of feel sorry for him. But
no, I don't.
It's Brooklyn, so screw them. I don't care about
You don't like Brooklyn?
I don't like them. I
I
don't like their fans.
No.
And I don't like Theo Pinson. They're like 15th best player.
Yeah. And especially when, didn't you, Jesus Christ, didn't you get banned off the Nets Reddit page?
Yeah.
Thanks to excellent artwork from myself.
Yeah, fantastic.
Yeah.
Playoff mode activated.
Yeah. I'll put that on the thumbnail.
Yeah.
That'll be great. So yeah, he don't have a great relationship with the
Don't like him.
The Brooklyn Nets fans. And fair enough, to be honest.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
It was mainly because of Jared Dudley.
Yeah, Jared Dudley.
Since he's off the team, my hate for him has sort of gone away a little bit.
They're just not really affecting you right now, are they?
No, I just find it cute that they think they have a rivalry with the Sixers.
I find it cute that that there isn't there's no good team in New York.
Yeah.
I mean, is there even a team in New York at the moment?
There hasn't been one for a long time.
I mean, it's pretty embarrassing, isn't it?
The mecca of basketball.
The mecca of basketball.
Yeah.
I think you're looking at the wrong coast, mate.
Yeah. Exactly. LA.
Oh, I was talking about Miami.
Sacramento.
Talking about the South Coast.
Yeah.
Moving on to another team which is going a bit badly. Chicago. It's interesting, isn't
It
it?
hasn't been a good season, but they had a
I mean,
good
what
moment.
do you expect?
Well, I expect them to show some signs of improvement.
Do you?
But, like, Larry Markkinen, for example, I thought he'd go up there and average 20 points per game. He used to be one of the biggest disappointments this season, averaging 14 points on bad efficiency. But then again, is that down to the coach? Obviously, none of the players are like the coach. After Levine had his 49 points and his game-winning shot, the coach went to high-five all of his teammates and they all just ate him. He was sticking his hand out to, hey, high-five me. And they all just looked at him and walked in the opposite direction. I think that speaks volumes of what they think of him.
Yeah.
They need to get rid of him.
Probably.
Because I remember last year, after he started, he was doing some dictatorship type of stuff. So you need to run. You're not allowed to have a break. He was just doing some dodgy stuff, and the players formed their own mutiny to try and get him sacked. Didn't work, but now I bet they will try again.
Yeah, they're trying again. Obviously, Levine in that game, a record-tying 13 threes made. Surprising for a player like Zach Levine, to be honest. Not known for his three-point shot. Not known for much, except amazing dunks and a great dunk contest back in 2000. We don't care. 2000 something, 14 or 16, one of those two. Might have been 15, might have been 17. Definitely wasn't 17. Or it might have been 17. We don't know, and I'm not going to look it up. And that's what you listen for. There was big news in the week. There's some changes that might be happening. Owen, do you have any clue?
Do you want to watch the video?
Should we watch the video?
Yeah,
let's watch the video.
Let's find Woj.
Big changes could be on the way for the NBA. The association's in serious talks with the Players Union on some big moves, including major changes to the season schedule and to the playoffs, some of which could happen as soon as the 2021-2022 season. Our Adrian Wojnarowski joining us now. Woj, take us through what the NBA and the NBA PA are discussing here in regard to the schedule.
Who's the NBA PA?
Players Association.
Oh, okay. Yeah. We'll continue.
Jay, 4 significant changes, starting with what would be a minimum 78-game regular season.
No.
A 30-team in-season tournament.
No.
That we're told tentatively would begin after around Thanksgiving, take you into mid-December.
Why?
Yeah.
Like, if you're going to shorten the season, you're just giving them even more games for a tournament. I can understand why teams may use this to get their younger players game time. But at the end of the day, it's meaningless.
But that's why the Knicks and the Cavs are in the league for. To play your younger players against. What are they going to do?
Yeah, that's a fair point. But I just don't get it. Like, the last thing I would want is Joel Embiid playing even more games in the tournament.
Yeah. My problem with it is that the NBA has always been 82 games.
Yeah.
Every single record is an 82-game season.
Yeah.
So don't change it to 78.
78. What's
the point?
It's 4 games.
4 games, and then you put 30. What did they say? 30-game tournament. Wherever they said, I wasn't listening. Wherever they said they're putting a tournament in there, which will probably take it beyond 82 games.
Yeah. So everything is just going to be very.
So it's going to be more games, and then more games that. Well, the NBA this season have had like a record low in viewers. And everybody's they've been worried about that. This is going to make it worse. Well, the reason they've had some a lower viewers is because illegal streams are so easy to find. And please don't shut them down because we live in the UK. We can't watch the games. Yeah, so this is Big Bird.
And a postseason play-in for the 7th and 8th seeds competing with the 9th and 10th seeds.
Why?
And then the reseeding of the 4 conference finalists so that it is possible that you could have a NBA Finals that could be 2 teams from the East or 2 teams from the West. They would reseed
Don't do it.
The Final 4 of the NBA based on regular season records.
No.
Why would you change the future of the NBA?
Stop ruining our sport.
It's fine. It's fine how it works. Like, the historical matchups of the Lakers versus the Celtics or the Lakers versus the Sixers. We'll never have that again if they change. Well, we might have it again, but the odds of us having it again is going to be slimmed down. Why? You always have the competition between the West and the East, and they're just going to get rid of that. For why? What purposes?
Yeah, it doesn't make it... Like, the biggest problem for me is just the records. The thing I love the most is watching records being broken and the people like, creating new records. And yeah, it would bring in a bunch of more new records because it'd be a new NBA, but by lowering the games, it would kill the old records.
Yeah, if you're going to bring that little tournament in between the East and West for the conference finals, that basically means the conferences are meaningless. And you may as well just get rid of them in the first place if that's the case. There's no point going half in, half out. Just stick to one side and stick with your decision.
And with the like off-season tournament with the 7th, 8th, 9th and 10th seed to choose who's in the 7th and 8th seed, I've got an idea. Just put the team in the 7th and 8th seed in the playoff.
Choose the teams who earned it.
Because imagine if the team in 8th had 40 wins, and then the team in 9th had like 32 wins, and then the team in 9th, and then the team in 9th wins it and gets the 7th seed, and it's like, it's not fair. They didn't win when it mattered.
Do you remember when Jimmy Butler was with the Timberwolves? Last game of the season, it was the Timberwolves versus the Nuggets. Whoever won that game goes into the 8th seed.
Yeah,
it was so dramatic, and the game came down to the last couple of seconds, and it was so dramatic. And we're gonna lose that now. If that happens in the future NBA, that game's going to be meaningless.
Yeah, it would add a bit of excitement because it'd be like a mini playoff before the playoff. But it's would people care that much?
Personally, I wouldn't. But
except the 4 teams the fans of the 4 teams that are playing in it.
Like, the NBA wants to stop tanking, and I feel like if they give teams who are all the way down in the 10th seed, more often now they'll think, oh, let's just tank. We're not going to make the playoffs. But now they have some sort of incentive to really push for. So maybe it might help stop tanking.
I don't understand why they want to get rid of tanking for. What's wrong with tanking?
Well, the Sixers give it a bad look, didn't they?
Yeah, but the fact, no, like, if your team is rubbish, the good teams don't get good picks. So if you're not going to be challenging for the NBA, you may as well lose all these games.
Let's go from 2013 to now. From that time, the Charlotte Hornets have been the same team ever since. Just mediocre. The Sixers have since done the process and are one of the best teams in the league. What would you rather? I'd rather the Sixers.
I won't want to be a Charlotte fan.
Exactly. So I can see why they might think it's bad for like a couple of years, but in the long run, the Sixers are now benefiting the NBA. Where for like 2-3 years, we were bad. We were kind of embarrassing.
I mean, how many wins did you get that one season?
10.
Yeah.
So we were embarrassing for 2-3 years. But now, I bet the Sixers are making in the NBA one of the most monies from bringing in the most income. We sell out every single game for the past 3 seasons. We're good for the NBA. Tanking has made the NBA so much money from the Sixers.
Well, that's what basketball's about. Like in football or soccer, if anybody from America is listening, if you're a bad team, you're a bad team. Yeah. Unless you get an influx in cash, you're a bad team. In the NBA, if you're a bad team, you have a bad season, you could get Melo, and then you could be in the playoffs next year.
Yeah. Well, look at Luka with the Mavericks.
Exactly.
He's completely transformed their team. Same with Trae Young.
I mean, not the same with Trae Young. They're still second bottom.
Still. But they have hope. They have hope now.
They have hope with Hunter, Reddish and Trae Young, but not right now. It's there. It's ready.
Exactly. It's all there. With the Warriors, it was there for a couple of years, and all of a sudden, they popped off. The Sixers, it was there for a couple of years, and now it's popped off. So
don't do the changes. How likely do you think they are to make these changes?
Well, there's been like rumours that they're going to make big changes for a couple of years. Unfortunately, I think they will make changes.
Oh no!
Which,
if someone says it's happening, it's happening.
Nah, don't take my word for it. Don't take my word for it. But Personally, I think it would be a sad day if they make these changes.
That'd be a very sad day. It'll make playing my league on 2K a bit fun though, wouldn't it? I know I drag everything back to 2K, but
I think if they do make these changes, for at least the season after the changes, they probably will make a lot of money from revenue because people are going to be interested. But I feel people are going to quickly miss the old NBA. Like the grass isn't always greener.
For long. No.
The grass isn't always greener. So just stick where you have. It works.
And
people like it.
The thing with big companies as well, when they make a change and it's bad, they never revert. They never revert because they never want to prove that they're wrong. Yeah. So when they're wrong, because it's not going to be good, they're just going to stick with it, and we're going to have a bad NBA.
And obviously, the NBA are concerned about their low ratings. But have you seen what they've been doing to YouTube channels who upload the highlights? They've taken them down. So do you know Free Dawkins, the one that I watch every single day? They're deleting his video, and now his channel is in a state of flux. It might get deleted because of the NBA don't like it, because they're not making money from him.
But his highlights are better than the NBA highlights.
Exactly.
Make your highlights better then.
Literally, without him, I don't know how many people would be interested in it. Well, how many fans has he brought to the NBA just by putting his videos out on YouTube and then going viral? I'm sure there's people out there who, let's just see this video. Oh, this is basketball. I like this. Let's watch more. So I bet he's brought so many fans to the game just from doing that.
Hashtag free Dawkins.
Do you know that's why his channel, because his first channel got deleted. So he made a second one called Free Dawkins. And now
genius.
This might get deleted.
Can we have free Dawkins?
Free Dawkins, please. Get it trending.
Free Dawkins. Team of the week. The only way to close off the podcast. The 5 best players of the past week. We'll go player for player. My point guard, Spencer Dinwiddie. I mean, we spoke about him earlier. He's making his own plays. He's carrying the team. He's hitting game winners. Doing what he has to do. Great player.
My point guard, it was an obvious choice for me. Ben Simmons.
Not surprised. What a shot.
Made a 3-point shot and has got his first triple-double of the season.
Yeah, it's actually been a pretty good week for Ben Simmons.
He did score 4 points in one of the games against the Heat. But I don't care. He hit a 3-point shot. He deserved it.
But he did decently against the Raptors as well.
And he locked up Jimmy Butler. Just fantastic defensive player. And first 3-point shot.
I mean, good week. Shooting guard. Luka Doncic. I mean, what more can you say about Luka Doncic? I mean, another week, another triple-double. 2 games where he's hit over 30. He's averaging 30 for the season now.
Had 41 points the other day.
I mean, yeah, what a player.
Yeah, my shooting guard, Dinwiddie. Don't need to say anymore.
No,
you just said everything about
summed it up. Small forward. LeBron James. I mean, 8 in a row they've won now. And they've won 4 this week. And he put up 25, 23, 30 and 33. I mean, he's still he is the GOAT.
Ooh. He's top 2.
GOAT. Better than Jordan. Jordan beats him on shoes. LeBron's the GOAT.
My small forward, Luka Doncic. I don't need to say anymore. You just said everything about it.
All. Power forward, both went for Giannis. Take it away.
33 points, 24, 28 and 50 points. He's easily cementing himself as the best player in the league. He's
at the moment.
Apart from Al Horford and Embiid, who can stop him?
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to say apart from Al Horford and Embiid, who's better?
And that too, but who can stop him? Everyone else is just smaller, weaker, less athletic than him.
Is that 50-point game the season high? For the league? Is that the league high?
Know.
Has anybody put higher than 50? Harden probably has.
Yeah. Probably.
Harden probably has. But Giannis is better than Harden.
By far.
Centres, I've gone AD. I mean, again, Lakers on an 8-win streak. He put up 34 and 33, 22 and 19. Bit tailed off the end of the week, but he's getting blocks as well. In the game when he had 22, he got 5 blocks. I mean, LeBron the other day said that he is the defensive player of the year. I mean, it's a bit bold.
Not a chance.
14 games in, or however many we're in. And I don't think he's doing that much on the defensive side, but he's still a very good player. Yeah, they always give it to a really good player anyway.
When in doubt, give it to Gobert. Yeah. My centre is Fat Man Jokic.
You can't call him Fat Man. I mean,
he knows it. He embraces it.
He is
he had a good week. 27 points and 12 rebounds. And then a triple-double. Another triple-double. Another one. 18, 16 and 10. Solid. And the Nuggets have been on a very nice win streak as well. So it seems like everything is clicking for them, and Jokic is doing good.
Well on the way to 60 wins again.
Maybe.
I can see it happening. They're going to win the NBA. They're just slowly going to sneak in there. No, they're not. Last time I said a team were going to win it, they got every single player got injured and they're currently bottom. So
Can you say the Celtics are going to win it?
shout out to Golden State. I don't have any problems with Celtics. I quite like their team, so no, I will not be putting a voodoo curse on them for your entertainment. Player of the week, the NBA gave it to Doncic and Spencer Dinwiddie, and so have I. Actually, yeah, so have I. I'm struggling with the NBA.
I went for Doncic as well because, of course, and then Giannis because I think he's the obvious choice. I just think the NBA don't want to give it to him because it's going to get boring.
We said last week he's going to win it every single week, and he's won it again.
He deserves to win NBA Player of the Week every single week.
But do you think he'll get MVP?
Possibly. I think it's too early to tell right now. I think around January time we'll get a more clear view of the MVP race. But he's definitely up there for sure.
Thanks for listening to this episode of the Post Up Podcast. We'll be back again next week to discuss all of the goings-ons in the past week. Well, in the future week. Because it hasn't happened yet. Thanks for listening. You don't watch anything. Thanks for listening. Follow us on Twitter at postup_podcast. Follow us on Soundcloud and on YouTube. I think both of them are just Post Up Podcast. Don't mess about. Branding, all on point. Bye-bye.